Shalom. First off, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the rule and teach well. And salutations to all you Akim that's pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Shalom. I'm coming at you with a quick video. Lord willing, this be edifying and uplifting. So I want to go into the word reclassification. As we understand the word, how we use it in the world, in the worldly sense, like coming up in school, when you reclassify, that means you, seeing where you at within your grade level. All right. You reclassifying yourself. All right. But through the spirit, that's what we're trying to do, in this truth. Basically, we're trying to see where our scores at, our test scores and, our spiritual GPA, man, so that's what we're trying, to constantly, classify. You might need to reclassify in the aspect of, examining yourself, which you're going to go into that. But I just want to make that connection, how, through the spirit and power and mercy of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we're being tested. All right. To be, part of that remnant, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tried. The scriptures say so. The righteous men go through the furnace of adversity. So even in our daily lives, not only in this truth, you're going to go through things in your daily life, which should go hand in hand. All right. Where it says the spirit, warf with the flesh. All right. So you're going to go through things, but it ultimately get you on a level. All right. So we want to reclassify ourselves if need be, by the way of examining yourself, seeing what level you want, even in your daily walk, when you're not amongst the brotherhood or, when you have, somewhat leisure time, when you, chilling with your family or whatever the case may be, whatever brothers go through or what they do in the meantime, in between time. But just know, you ultimately want to get on the level, on the aspects of whether, get on a regimen, like a health regimen, want to work out, exercise, whatever you want to do, to work on yourself. All right. But reclassification. All right. It says assignment to a different class or category in which the spirit, we're in a different class or category amongst the people. That's why we are holy and peculiar people to the most high. We're separate. Holy means separate. All right. So, through the spirit, we are working towards to be, in a different class or a different category of men. All right. So that ain't too far fetched, what we're working towards. All right. But down here it said, what is the reclassification mean? What reclassification mean? All right. But it ultimately mean the act or process of clarifying something again or anew. All right. So the act of or process of clarifying something again. So, you may have to clarify things again, man. You might have to go back to the basics. All right. In this truth. All right. You might need to read more, even if you have read it multiple times, man. You want to classify something again or clarify something again. All right. We got to keep keep the scriptures in remembrance. Everything, was written aforetime for our learning. All right. And the Lord, brought us back in remembrance. All right. So we're coming back into, our light, Lord willing, we be the men back then that was teaching. All right. Lord willing, we are the ancient prophets back again doing, fulfilling our same lot. But it also said, or a new. So you might, by you reclassifying, reclassifying yourself by using reclassification. All right, you might, come up on another level, or you might realize that you operating on a lower level than what you need be. All right, you can use that with anything, going on within your personal life or anything. We need to be at the level or in the class, of where we ought to be. All right, you want to be in the right, our right class. All right. Just like say if you're a freshman in high school and you get reclassified, but you're really on a junior, on a sophomore or a junior level. All right, so you might need to reclassify and take them higher courses. All right, so through the Spirit, you probably want to reclassify yourself, and basically the scripts say, exercising your talents, you might gain a few more talents, or whatever the case may be. All right, the Lord may bless you. All right, He may take things away, but you got to understand, why are you going through this? Why you even find yourself in this same, receiving the same test? Because you ultimately you fell in that test, so you might need to reclassify. You might need to figure out why this cycle keep going on, or which we in hell. We know, to an extent, it's out of our control, and we just got to bear our cross, and go through it. But you ultimately want to get that understanding, because you got to remember, we're being prepared to be kings and priests of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So we get an understanding on multiple levels in this. By the way, this wicked world is teaching us a lot. All right, so when we get our kingdom, all right, we're gonna be able to be righteous rulers. But let me go ahead and get this 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5, and it says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. So you want to examine yourself. Just like in school, you take exams. All right. What they got, the bar exam for lawyers, so, exams, it shows you what level you at. All right. So that's why, the scripture say, study to show thyself approved. It's certain things that their brothers able to pick up and perceive better, get a better understanding, and able to teach it. Every brother is not on the same level. All right. But, you want to study to show thyself approved. So we do want to understand the prophecies. All right, understand, we wean from the milk, drawn from the breast, and now, receive meats, so you want to have understanding, all right, of the prophecies. All right, yeah, it's good to have the milk, all right, but you want to understand the deeper things as well. All right. So examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. So you got to examine and test yourself whether you be in the faith. All right. Sometimes you got to test your spirit, you got to go in and read and dig deeper, or whatever the case may be. You got to prove your own self. You prove your own self. All right. Like what Apostle Gabar say, ourselves is our worst enemy in this thing. We in a fight within ourselves. All right. So, that's why you're not supposed to have evil eye towards your brother, or, say you feel wrong. All right. You ultimately gotta look at yourself first. That's why Yahweh Shai said, get the beam out of your own eye before you try to get the beam out of another's. So you got to examine and try yourself. All right. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is in you, except you be reprobates, or except you be void of judgment. Know you not your own self. So we part of a body, man. So, you got to make sure, you in order before you try to get anyone else in order, before you rebuke. All right. Before you get on someone, you got to get on yourself first and foremost. All right. Because we representing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. That's who we representing in this thing. All right. But let me get this word examined. All right.
Strong's G 3985, Pyradzo. Pyradzo.
All right, so go back to the Greek, paraizo. All right, so it says to try whether a thing can be done. So you got to try whether something can be done. All right, that's how you examine yourself in this faith. You got to try whether a thing can be done. By the way of us going out on the byways and the highways every week. Are you doing a video, seeing if you can do a video every day? Try to strive to do something, be in the spirit every day, whether you're praying, fasting, or you in the scripts. All right. You doing something spiritual, you meditating on the kingdom. You got to try whether a thing can be done. What, the mandate, is for at least do 3 videos a week. But, Apostle Hard, he say, we should be doing a video a week or a couple of videos. I mean, it's like you need to be doing a video a day or a couple of videos a day. All right. You can try whether it can be done, whether you can do it. You might not be able to do it because every man have his own portion. But to try whether a thing can be done, and ain't nothing wrong with testing and trying it out. All right. It says to attempt, endeavor. So you might have endeavors, something that you want to strive to do. All right. Attempt it. All right. Like what I said, If you know you want to work out or eat healthier or certain things that you might want to do, certain endeavors, all right, and you may want to attempt it and it will benefit you in the long run. All right, it says to try, make trial of, test, all right, for the purpose of ascertaining his quality or what he thinks or how he will behave himself. So, you're going through trials and tests, you're going through things, for the purpose of ascertaining or attaining, quality. That's what it's all about. You want to be a quality individual. You want to be well-rounded altogether, spiritually, and as a man, holding on to your morals and integrity. All right, you want to be a stand-up man, a stand-up prophet, man. All right, of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That what matters the most, and everything else is just a perk. Say, the Lord may bring, a decent woman your way, or, you might get blessed with things, but you don't let that, dictate your character or dictate your actions, man. All right. But hey, we're getting tested, so you got to examine yourself. All right. All right. Here go another, definition right here says to try or test one's faith. All right. So, you may, have your faith tested by when certain things befall upon you. All right. And you feel like you're going through it. That's just a test of your faith, your virtue or your character. All right. It says by enticement to sin, maybe, you may be tempted to sin. You might got your eye on a chick. You maybe was talking to her or you tried to, but it didn't work out. Or, you never know. These women are wicked. So you ain't no telling what they doing behind the scenes. They're probably talking to another guy. They lying to you. So if you lose that, hey, you losing that enticement to sin, because that's why we say, we even may sin unwillingly. All right. Not knowing what's going on behind the scenes, but Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai know what's going on. All right. The Lord's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So you don't know what the Lord see and why the Lord allows certain things to happen. All right. Why you lost certain things, why, you feel like, you're not good enough or different things, the doubt will try to creep in. But, you can't let that, affect you. All right. You got to work on, your faith being tested, your virtue, your integrity, your character. We constantly working on these things. So I got to examine ourselves, prove our own selves, whether we be in the faith. All right. That's why, the Apostle Paul, told the churches this, because, hey, we need to take heed to this, because, what the Apostle Paul was telling, the Israelite foreigners, or the men that wasn't dwelling in the land, that was in foreign lands. Or he was telling us all about, how we got to carry ourselves and operate within this truth. All right. Because we was given, all right, the greatest gift that you can receive on this earth. All right. The most precious thing on this earth, and that's this truth and the knowledge of who we are and where we're going. All right. So I just want to leave it at that. So Lord willing, this is edifying. You want to reclassify yourself, man. All right. Get an understanding of, where you heading, and what's going on within, within your life at, whether it be in this moment, in the moment of it, or, you ultimately want to process things, stay level headed and process, what is going on within your life, examining yourself, and part of that, you examining yourself, you're going to go through tests, or you're going to go through trials and tribulations, but it's ultimately to refine you, be made as gold. You're going to come up out of it, and you're going to be more better than you ever was before. All right, so that's why, you want to use reclassification, and I'm going to read again. All right, this is an assignment to a different class or category. You might be entering into a new class or category. All right, and, I keep making the reference of, women, because that's a test that most men, what we all go through on this side. All right, our women not in order. But say, you're dealing with a lower grade woman, but that's not your dating or your preferred range of type woman to go for, or what you need. Ultimately, Yahweh, ultimately the Heavenly Father is the ultimate matchmaker. But, hey, we be dealing with some stragglies before. I'm not saying, when I say straggly, she don't got to be no busty, homeless, or, drug head. But, it could be a woman, whether she got, multiple kids. She deal with Pookies and Ray Rays. That type of woman. That's not the type of woman we really should be having anyway. A lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they don't mean good. You just get the box, and then that's gonna run for so long, and then they're gonna get bored and move on to the next dude. All right, but you might be entering a different class, a category, in the aspect of this truth. Say you're a reader, you was a reader, and now you see yourself getting on the level as being a teacher. All right, say you was behind the camera and you was taking heed, taking notes, reading, studying. All right, but now you feel like you able to teach. But you'll know if that's your lot. Nothing is forced in this truth. Things happen throughout the spirit. All right. So, you're entering a different class or category, being a well-rounded man, so you're coming up on the level, and people can see that too, that you're in a different class or category, all right, which, it first start off spiritually. That's to be the main thing. You spiritually in a different class and category. All right. And it also, says the act or process of clarifying something again or anew. So you might, need to, clarify something again, what you're going through, basically, you already have information on certain things, but you ultimately want clarification on it. Say it's something you haven't read in a while in the scripts, but you want clarification on it. Like, see if you remember it. All right. Or you might, inquire and learn something new. Or you might, been blessed with things that's new. And, you ultimately want to rule your spirit. All right. So you're able to handle it, being on that level of handling, whatever come your way, whether it's a blessing or whether it's a fiery trial, a test, tribulation. You still want to be level headed, calm, rule your spirit. All right. So, this ultimately, spiritual reclassification. So Lord willing is edifying and uplifting, and, whoever come across this video, got understanding. So with that being said, Shalom.